Good day viewers, my name is Cliff and welcome once again to my channel Vintage Time. Today you'll see me faceting another gem, and this particular gem comes from Brazil and it's a light coloured piece of amethyst. This piece of amethyst has an oval shape about it, so I've pre-ground the table on a 240 grit disc to accommodate the dop. So I have high hopes for this gem as I plan to cut the original version of the Pharaoh's Eye. So I've left the stone overnight in the transfer jig just so the glue could properly set to the dop, and I'm having a final inspection of this particular gem because it does have veils and inclusions in it, so I'm just checking out the orientation of the stone before I start cutting. So being fully satisfied now that I've got the orientation of the gem right before I start cutting, I'm just placing the stone into the quill of my faceting machine and just locking it into place. So I've begun the project by grinding the first 4 pavilion facets. Now this particular design, the Pharaoh's Eye, was released in an old magazine called Gems of the World, and it was originally thought to be a conceptual design. There was a lot of speculation about this design, whether it actually could be cut or not, but so far the pavilion facets look good. As I'm cutting the pavilion facets, I'm finding that this project is totally implausible because the girdle facets are going to be curved and irregular, so this project has come to a screeching halt. So instead of throwing the entire stone away, I've decided to cut an oval design instead. So this design starts by cutting 16 facets on the girdle. So I've done a rough outline of the girdle facets with a 240 grit disc, and now I'm cutting the pavilion facets with the same disc. So this attempt on the new design is going a lot better than on my last attempt with the Pharaoh's Eye. I used the 240 grit disc and now I've actually gone straight to a 3000 grit. So I've finished polishing the girdle and pavilion facets, and I'm really enjoying the look of this light coloured lilac amethyst. I think it looks so much better than the darker type. I've noticed some of the facets aren't quite perfectly polished, so I've marked them with texture to repolish. So the girdle and pavilion have now been properly polished, so the next step will be cutting the crown. Now this is one of the most critical stages in faceting. I need to look through this loop and make sure that all the crown facets perfectly meet the girdle. So I've been cutting down to the girdle line using a 3000 grit disc here, and I'm just been taking my time and smoothing off the rough surface. So here in this footage you can see that the crown facets are meeting the girdle facets. So using a loop, I'm checking out whether the crown facets are dead in line with the girdle facets. So happy now that the crown facets have met the girdle facets, I've moved on now to grinding the second tier of the crown facets. So I've roughly cut out the second tier of the crown facets, and I'll be using the 3000 grit disc to just fine tune the meets on the second tier of these facets. So by using my loop and using the cheater and my 3000 grit disc, I've made sure that all the second tier crown facets are all aligned. So I've completed all the tiers, or what's commonly known as the step cuts on the crown. Now I've moved on to cutting the table. So now I've cut the table and I've actually polished the table. I've moved on to polishing the facets on the crown. So the following scenes you'll see me polish the crown facets. As for me, I'll be heading off with the narration. So sit back, watch the rest of the video, listen to the background music, and I'd like to thank all my subscribers and all my viewers for taking the time to watch my videos. If you wish to see further videos, you need to subscribe, and more importantly click on the bell icon, else you will not receive any notifications of future videos. Till the next time, take care everybody. Bye.